special economic zones were born from the idea of industrializing, building and bolstering the manufacturing capability of the country, and therefore create an environment or make it easy for investors to invest in the country.
The OR Tambo International Airport SEZ focuses on what we've defined as high-value, lightweight production, meaning that our goal is to attract investment in industries that would utilize air freight as a mode of transport.
Precinct 1 focuses on two key industries. Firstly, agro-processing, and we're very proud of the work that we've done together with Interfood in that regard.
We're a large private food company based in South Africa. We've got 9 main production sites. We employ 8,500 colleagues. Everything we do is manufactured in South Africa. The majority is for the local market, but we also have significant exports, primarily the UK and into Australia and New Zealand. The Bonero facility, which is our flagship facility, was built 5 years ago. It's a phenomenal facility. It's situated here within the SEZ at OR Tambo and built in partnership with the GIDZ. It's one of the largest fresh food businesses anywhere in the world, and certainly one of the most complex with a number of products here.
When I started working in the business, I decided I have to use the business as my university, and then I have to ensure that there's a goal that I have to achieve. I started as a prepper, and then from technical quality control, they've moved me to quality control supervisor, and then to quality services manager, and then skill development facilitator, where we train people.
We recognise that if we want to grow the business, we've got to grow our people. We want our colleagues to be able to fulfil their aspirations within Interfood Group, and that all lends itself to this growth mindset.
It was the beginning of the factory. They asked me to run hygiene. We have to start a quality management system where we have to ensure that all our customer code of practice matches our processes in the factory. Then I worked in production as a production senior supervisor, planning, organizing, coaching. They said to me, Agnes, we want you to go do dispatch. That is how I've grown in this business, and I love it because of it has more challenges. I'm learning a lot from that.
The second industry is the jewelry manufacturing, and that is born from the mineral beneficiation strategy of the country. So in Precinct 1, you've got the regulator, we've got state diamond traders, we've got jewelry cutters and polishers, and then we've got jewelry makers. So we've got that entire value chain clustered in one place. And it is one of the most amazing projects that I've ever been a part of.
I'm the CEO of Pioneer Tenner House. When I started doing the investigation why I want to move here, firstly, we've got the big floor space, and the incentive what you're getting here at the zone himself, we can take that incentive back to our prices. We can get more money for our diamonds, we can get more money for our producers, and at the end of the day, they can open up more mines in South Africa, create more jobs. The other benefit being here is we're close to the airport.
It is the first jewelry manufacturing park which is located at an international airport in Africa as a whole.
Every month, diamonds coming into the Tenner House, we clean it, do the valuation, and then for about 8 days, we've got people from all over the world coming into the Tenner House, into Pioneer, on appointment, and they come and do the viewing. And after the 10 days, it's an online tender process. So one of my main goals to achieve is to be a transparent tender house, and I think we achieved to be the best in the world on this.
We've also done exciting work around SMME development, and we've now set up an enterprise development hub through which we provide opportunities to young entrepreneurs to enhance their capabilities and skills.
I am Isabel Bothma, and I am a jewelry designer and manufacturer. I love jewelry designing, and it has always been my passion. So I went to the open day at TUT. When I got there, I was stunned seeing the flames flaring and metal being changed into wearable art, and that's where I took the decision of enrolling at TUT for jewelry design and manufacturing. After completing my national diploma in TUT, I got the opportunity to do a postgraduate program. That's where I got to learn how the industry works. And when I completed my GDP, I got to be part of a learnership called Design at 50. And when I was done with that, COVID started. And I was like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see what this whole entrepreneurship is going to bring. That's where I started my baby Isabi. I started with my very first ranges. I got an opportunity to be part of the GEM program. I've learned so much. I got to do like a business course, things that I actually very much needed as an entrepreneur. And I got to learn new tricks on the bench. While I was still there, there was an opportunity that Woolworths SA introduced. And fast forward to today, I am part of the top 15 Woolworths Youth Makers competition winners. I'm hoping that my business will just grow. And when I just look at my journey, I'd say I'm really proud. I'm really proud for not giving up. I'm proud that I've persevered. I'm just super proud of the person I've become.
As we move forward now, we are turning our attention to Otia Precinct 2, where we have 29 hectares that we are in the process of unlocking for investment uptake. We are quite excited about making the zone a home for the pharmaceutical and health cluster. There is a huge opportunity for South Africa and Africa to be able to produce these products for consumption on the continent. And with the African Continental Free Trade Area coming into being, it gives an opportunity for a huge market.
Southern Implants started in 1988. It was the first and only dental implant manufacturing company in South Africa, probably one of the biggest exporting medical device companies in the country as well. I think the idea of a precinct for medical device manufacturing and pharmaceutical is actually a fantastic idea. The huge advantage is just your collaboration and communication. Being close together means that you can also see what capabilities each different unit has and how you can learn from them or utilize them. Having VAT and tax incentives is obviously huge, because when you've got these costs to export from your regulatory bodies, you'll be able to then rather allocate that money to the investment into your regulatory costs. And it just means that your barriers to entry then are significantly lower.
Through doing that, of course, we promote industrialization, we promote job creation, we promote socio-economic development. And most importantly, we promote equitable access to healthcare products.
I think there's huge potential for benefit and economic benefit for South Africa. And if you have an environment like this, you can really just start to create these jobs.
So as the OR Tambo SEZ, we've already started engaging with key players in the market to understand what are their needs, to understand what are their challenges, and what can we do to ensure that as we get this cluster off the ground, we attend to the different aspects that would allow a manufacturer to be able to grow their business and export these products to the African continent, or for that matter, globally. As we develop this, what's key is public-private partnerships to respond to the different needs. What do we need to unlock from a regulatory or legislative perspective? What do we need to unlock from an incentive perspective, so that we allow the private sector party to focus on what it is that they do best, which is to manufacture.
As a South African company, and a proudly South African company, we would be in full support of government putting together this project, especially because it will be a benefit to us, and it will be a benefit to so many other companies in South Africa.
In addition to Otia Precinct 2, we have another land parcel that we refer to as the Springs Precinct. This particular one focuses on production of fuel cells or platinum-related products, in addition to looking into alternative energy solutions, anything that would support the hydrogen economy.
IBS Craft is co-developing with a Central Energy Fund. So together we have a power purchase agreement with the city of Ekurhuleni. We've also partnered with Gauteng IDZs, which presents an opportunity as an ideal location, because that reduces the developmental cost of the gas pipeline to our facility. We can also power directly to industries surrounding that area. we've integrated different energy systems, and we think that the future of energy systems is going to look like this. And therefore, that IDZ presents an opportunity to create an energy sustainable industrial zone that is able to power itself, but in turn create employment and drive a regional trade or exports.
We're quite excited that we've been able to contribute positively to the mineral beneficiation agenda in South Africa. It's been a journey of challenges and sleepless nights and difficulties, but at the end of it all, it stands. And that same resilience and excitement we want to bring to the next chapter of the OR Tambo SEZ.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, come with your chair.
Action Break Silence, it's a violence against women and girls prevention charity with a massive focus on getting young South Africans involved in prevention. I'm South African and was raped twice in primary school and went through a whole journey to try and prevent this happening to other young girls and women in South Africa.
We are from Action Break Silence, which is a charity that is trying to prevent abuse against women and girls. And we believe that the whole school community plays an important role in addressing this.
When you start going through the building blocks, that really gears them up to thinking, I actually have the right to feel safe. I won't be physically abused, emotionally abused, financially abused, or sexually abused.
And what do you think the lady felt when Lee approached her? In Diepsloot, violence, crime, it's been normalized. When I started looking for a job and got an opportunity at Action Break Silence, it's been more than empowering me, it's been very therapeutic.
We did research to understand where we can make the biggest impact. Diepsloot was identified as one of the hotspots where gender-based violence is rife, and that's why we decided to pilot this program specifically in Diepsloot.
Which is the harder punch, 1 or 2?
We're using the physicality of self-defense as a tool of empowerment. That's not just physically, but it's actually from a psychological point of view as well. First for Women, they've been like visionary, really, because they've said we want to get a whole bunch of stakeholders involved, all experts in certain things, and we want to bring them together. And we know that's exactly what Action Break Silence is about.
I grew up in a home with domestic violence. I'm healing from my trauma every day. Children in Diepsloot are experiencing high levels of violence. They range from growing up in a home where there is domestic violence, and then in addition they get to school and then there's bullying. So there's a lot of spaces that children are in that are not safe for them.
Women and children are being abused every day. Some other children at my level is like they are now women to other men, grown-up men, and others they are being beaten. Others, because of peer pressure, they spend their weekends at the taverns and they are not coping on their schoolwork and it's difficult for them.
Okay, let's form a circle, gents. So guys, how are you?
The perpetrators that are harming women are predominantly male. And so a lot of our programs are focusing on making boys and men champions for women, peace carriers versus violence carriers and trauma carriers.
They're teaching us on how to becoming a man. If you're boys, you shouldn't choose violence, but instead you should choose peace.
I'm proud to say that to date we have collected close to 100 million rand that we donate to NGOs that specifically fight gender-based violence.
So LVA is an organization that provides 3 services to the community of Diepsloot. If a client has applied for a protection order or there's a case that is ongoing, we provide them with legal support.
So what do you want the protection order to cover?
We also provide counseling for domestic violence survivors and then therapy for minors who have been sexually violated.
So it's something that I want to eat is talk. I understand. Yeah.
So the integrated approach ensures that the clients will be equipped with the skills to actually say, okay, it does not only end with me, there is help if you need help. You think first for women, you're thinking safety. You're thinking first for women, which is their main focus at NVA, that we are about women for women and with women.
They're less likely to withdraw out of kind of frustration or just, you know, feeling disappointed.
My customers, they're absolutely not just joining an insurance company. They're joining a tribe of fearless women who not only take out an insurance policy, but also join us in the fight against gender-based violence.
What we've been able to achieve through the support of First for Women is phenomenal, and without their support, it wouldn't have been achievable.
Please do help me by passing on this message. Always love yourself before you love others. You are special in your own way. I thank you very much. You are all unique.
They're not just putting a plaster on something, they're actually putting huge amounts of effort into looking at young people as agents of social change. And for me, that's way ahead of the curve. So it's an incredible, incredible, incredible company.
I'm a very happy person. I'm at peace. Even if Deep Sloot is violent, in my own space, I've learned to create peace.
This far north region of Southern Africa, I would describe it as an area that is a water scarce region. However, it's unique because it's so rich with groundwater. And Kolomela's purpose is to actually make the invisible visible. We reimagine mining to change people's lives, essentially giving the community water. So dewatering is a critical control for groundwater flooding, extracting large volumes of water from a water-bearing rock, and you're hoisting all that water out. We do that to keep dry mining conditions. We support mining through water for dust suppression and beneficiation processes. Myself, I'm here as a hydrogeologist, and then Gugu too as a junior hydrogeologist. Gugu came to site to actually come and check if our borehole in Lufontaine pit is pumping.
Everything looks good. QA, QC done. Seems like the pump is running.
All that water also is consumed by our employees in the offices. And then from there, whatever remaining water goes to the Vaal Central Water Board and then is distributed to the Tsantsapane municipality.
As Tsantsapane, we are doing our utmost best to provide the need of water to the community. Postmansberg is very different to other areas. We rely on groundwater. So for us to pump water from underground, it's also a challenge. So we are also receiving water from a water board to increase the supply to the community. Okay. Roughly how long do they take to fix a leak?
They are going to start firstly to open 9 return valves.
This is the pipe supplying to Bosdin Reservoir. These clamps are the ones that we used to use back in the days. However, they have started leaking. With this pipeline, we're also using 500 liters per second. Anglo has assisted with the repairs of the leaks. So the new clamps are the ones where we got assistance to clamp them again. Looking at how Postmansberg is rapidly developing economically, many people are coming to Postmansberg to get work from the mine. The demand of water in Tsantsapane is also increasing. It's important that the private entities, together with the municipality, work hand in hand to better our service delivery as well.
From 2020 to 2023, through our dewatering, I think we've given 71 billion liters.
What are we on 100 now?
Yeah, and the demand is actually growing.
Yeah.
Because of the influx that we are bringing in.
The sole objective still remains supplying water to our surrounding communities.
Anglo has drilled us 3 boreholes that are connected to this pipeline. So the 3 boreholes will be assisting in terms of increasing supply once they are connected to grid.
During the COVID time, the municipality did not, had an opportunity to distribute water at the informal settlement. We came up with the emergency projects, putting up water reticulation systems, putting the bulk water meters at the reservoirs, but also installing JoJo tanks so that the informal settlement can be able to, to access water. Operation and maintenance, it is the responsibility of the municipality going forward. Hence the MCPP program, in terms of coming in and try and transfer the skills to the staff.
Anglo has appointed a CSIR to capacitate us in terms of our borehole monitorings, our infrastructure assessments, our water safety plan, strategic planning as well. They are really involved in bettering our skills.
I'm from Postmasburg myself. I'm born here. I'm farming here at Gatkoppies. This Gatkoppies is a heritage site. The sun and the koi, when they became men, they were taken to that place. So there is a lot of a very rich history. We love this portion very, very much. The water is a better challenge. Most of the farmers that are next to the main line, we didn't have water. We have to drive water, sometimes from the township, until here with the cars. We have asked the municipality what are the possibilities of assisting us since we are so close to the water here, but we don't have. But after that discussion with the municipality to give us a connection, at least that outcry is not so much.
Everyone needs water. It's a basic human right, and participating in programs of this nature gives that sense of pride to say we are returning pride to the people.
The water is very, very important, the quality of the water also. I have also kids here, they need that water each and every hour. It's very, very important for the community.